Just to touch on the stakes a little bit more, like there are so many teams right now fighting for these like final champ spots, and it is a neck and neck race. If Carolina win this series, well, not only is winners bracket potentially on the horizon, but the 10 points just ties them up in the 8th spot, and that means come major time, it's gonna be a foot race to try to get ahead of the game. That is far behind though. Starting off with the team kill, not ideal.
I wonder if we managed to catch that. That is unbelievably unlucky. Clayster at top AC just ate that sticky. Went right where the sun doesn't shine. Into the hard point we go. Boston Breach riding the high of yesterday's win. So far, so good. Major Maniacs there. Gwyn, lightning pace, right into it. Nearly with a 2. Beans back at it again with them big kills.
Oh, everybody's shouting too. Yeah, Snoopy from the top rope looking to catch TJ off guard, but at least does enough damage to back him down. That is a very difficult start. You start off with a team kill. Things don't go easy, and Boston Breach fully capitalized. Nice little lead. They're going to build themselves on this rotation, and Boston in prime position. I mean, you got a flanker rolling through, players setting up around red, and no mistakes being made for the moment. First gunfight, though, I think Snoopy might end up falling, or maybe it's going to go on a race.
Well, they get things going. P2 ready to rock. Gwyn looking to cut this play out. Massive work. 3 dead, 4 dead, all down and out. Look at those blue arrows on the minimap now. Advance forward and keep that hard point as safe as possible for as long as possible. Bad news though, Chance. Split spawns.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting moment. I think, well, it's being red though, right? Felony's got the dumpster hop up, nothing cooking there, and Carolina ended up getting the back spawn as well. So that was a moment where Boston could have fully capitalized, and instead they couldn't even get a single kill. So Carolina holding things down strong, and now these are the worst spawns for the Boston players to be getting. Carolina maybe having to exit on the cross. TJ able to spot out 1, but it's the whole squad, and he's doing it all. Picks up 2. His teammates win the rotation gunfights as well. Now Boston might get daggered. You are spawning so far away. Carolina set up around P3.
Lovely work so far. The Ravens have come to play today here on Karachi. Peach on a 5. Can he make it a 6? Snoopy gets himself on the board. Finally ends the spree as well. So that's a big turning point here. Numbers now in the favor of Boston Breach. Ravens, at least one of them spawning out. Teach. He's got to get a bit of a fight towards the hard point, but it's not going to matter whatsoever. Fellow from the back line. Clay from the inside of the hard point. 3 down once again for Boston.
And good reaction to good comms. Felony calling out, hey man, guys jumping over, and Clayster there for a little bit of pre-fire kind of through the door, but now Clay feeling the heat, feeling the pressure, and eventually the overwhelming force and presence of Boston able to break it down. So fool me once, shame on you. Twice, well, they're going to get into P3, and final 20 seconds left. Maybe going to be able to tie this game up going into new.
Gwyn loads the chopper. That's it, the rain on a Major Maniac. Whoa, Teach with another massive 2-piece. That is outrageous. Snoopy the point. 3 spree comes to a close. Rotation on. Major Maniac, the only member here for Boston, too close to the hard point. The rest of his teammates going to be fighting through olds, going the long way around. And it looks like, yeah, big wins again for the Ravens on that minimap. Most recent update, the streets are a dangerous place, and it's all Carolina.
They're picking up every single kill as well. Snoopy gonna fall and get traded out. Beans might have found a route just to get past Gwyn though, so an interesting moment for Carolina where they're about to get shot in the back, or maybe Clayster actually heads up about it on the mini-map. So Carolina doing a little bit extra awareness on point, but the spawns are still chaos, but at least the fight towards this time, Carolina doing a very nice job to keep Boston pinned back.
Yeah, lovely work. Teach, a major proponent of that at the 11 and 5.
Damn.
Beans gets gunned by old Jim. Clayster finds a big one. Bello doing what he can to keep these players away from any sort of position of any kind of value right now. Boston have been suffocated for the last 4 hard points in a row. Ravens are starting to take flight here in Karachi.
Yeah, these spawn traps are elite, by the way. Boston quite literally cannot breathe. You make it out of your spawn, you're getting shot in the back. You make it out of spawn, you're getting killed. P2, TJ from the top rope again. He choked his first cruise missile, but look at him now. Second attempt and gets it done. I mean, he is quite literally, what, about to be 16 in 5, make it 16 in 6. TJ, his final form, he is hitting his stride at the perfect time of the year.
A fantastic time of the year. Days before the start of the next major, but can they make it there with a very, you know, a bag full of good vibes? That's the question. 8th seed, if they can get the win here, and lots of math to do in the back end as well. New hard points up, Clay's to the man in there. It's a war of 2 fronts though for a moment. If you can take care of Priest on one end, there we go. Priest and Beans fights theirs respectively, and that is going to be it. Boston Breach finally break the dry spell. They're into the point for a moment, but Gwyn from behind finds the kill, and Carolina keep control. Let's go for a listen in.
I have all street. guys.
Two at all. Major and Snoopy.
I have
They're
all
both just
three.
sitting
I'm
P5.
playing I'm playing.
Yo,
Okay.
back castle, climbing the castle ladder right now.
Heard you.
Snoopy.
I have all
I am
street. You
leaving
can
this
come
Isaiah.
left. You can come
I hear you. I'm
guys.
going third. I stunned your
I
left.
send
I
the
was mid.
and need them all.
Snoopy dead top.
One is... I'm nading soda.
I pinch.
Look in your top right. Priest are dead.
Nice.
Keep putting
Top
phase.
church.
I got
Major
one shot.
Major one shot on
Stand down on
dumpster.
that kid.
Listen, our medallion dumpster, okay?
You have to pick
He has
him
it,
out.
he has it.
Tyler has it.
He's weak. It's Major. You're missing one. You guys are
Major,
missing
melee.
one.
I have all
You guys are
left.
missing Snoopy. Nice, you're missing
Top church.
Snoopy.
Dead. Soda hit you.
I'm with you,
Nading
Peach.
over
I'm with you,
time. I
Peach.
naded
Back
I naded their
Nice,
side.
Peach.
Careful.
Stun, dead. Nice. I have a
Nice.
trophy in you,
I
Peach.
have all of your left still.
I would trip it too. I was
I'm getting in red. Yep.
Be hard kills here.
Nothing's
This is the
left.
game.
Nobody's left. Two left. Made three left.
I have your top plat.
One low.
Okay, I
I'm gonna stay down for third.
Three.
Big top beams weak. I have top plat. I got stun.
I'm nading over your
Jump
V-cut.
over trips, guys.
One
Getting them
time
in time.
Stunning over
Big
hill.
cut, two of them. Major and beans and one top red. Top red and two cut.
Nothing good.
On me hill.
Head over
One
yours.
shot. Missing last two. Major Snoopy.
One shot
Maybe
over.
time.
Major.
Go right. Need a time, watch out.
Major one shot over, boys.
I missed a minute.
Do we get all?
They could push out low P5.
Yeah, heard.
Hold.
maybe we're missing.
We're gonna go bottom together.
And I'm going top, bro. Let's
Okay.
Go for these kills.
You guys go top.
I got my
I'm stunning arches.
I have
I'm challenging
I
it.
have the red search speed. Red, one shot dead.
Major.
Roll, roll.
Yeah, major.
Somebody help me P5.
Major mid dead.
nice.
It's two.
He's in. Small. Came out.
Small it.
Front bus it.
Alright, last
Let's go.
two. Priestess Snoop. Play them together.
Over the secret.
Inside or weak.
Over the secret.
I want your top flat. I have your top flat,
I'm
guys.
stunned.
One jump. Could be in now. Top secret.
Copy dead.
Top red valve.
Secret,
Nobody
secret,
flat. I have your help.
I have
Nothing over.
Secret. Dead.
Nice. I have a trophy on you, teach. There's
I'm
one
going
more
top
here.
flat. I'm going top flat.
Nading top
He's
red.
over. Teach over.
One shot.
Okay. He's over on me. Windows dead. They're over
One
secret.
secret.
I need help, guys. I need help.
Secret.
dead.
Secret major. One shot. One shot. Secret. Dumpster.
Here's a hop over,
Absolute.
top secret.
Absolute fucking loop.
There's two there.
I got one.
Major dead.
Nice. Let's fucking go. You're
Staying alive.
Whoa, language, but unbelievable gameplay from the Carolina Royal Ravens. TJ Haley, ladies and gentlemen, is on an absolute tear.
Yeah, this man must be loving himself, Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know if the cookie order is just hitting right, but he has been a monster in this stage. And again, this is also a Carolina. This is some of the best Call of Duty they have played. I mean, in fairness, Boston are the 11th seed now in the league, so it's sort of what you expect, but this has been a clinical Karachi performance ahead of every single rotation, able to get the breaks when you need them, and individual performances on point. Carolina can do no wrong. It is 4 players positive. It is not even close.
I think this is the best stat line we've seen Clays to have maybe all year. That's a gut check. We'll have to check the actual stats on that as the match comes to a close. Boston with a last-ditch attempt to get involved. Beans has struggled, and TJ, this has got someone's name written all over it, and it's Snoopy. We'll see you later, boys. That will be the map.
Yeah, a 100-point club on the horizon unless someone can make a hero play and get the last step in, but can't get it done. And Carolina, again, exacted dominance on that map. Exactly how you need them to, because for this squad, everything is on the line. You need to get these 10 CDL points to be just tied for the 8th seed. And of course, that difference is then you just have to match the other teams in league performance come major time. And Carolina have been on point in land, so they're going to feel comfortable if they can get the tie. Still, though, if they somehow lose, I mean, Boston beat our Stage 3 champions, so they are going to be a threat in this series. That means Carolina are going to have to overperform at the next major to qualify for champs. You want to avoid that at all costs. And again, the team, well, they simply want to. Plus 10 for Clay, plus 7 for Fellow, plus 9 for TJ, and plus 9 for Gwyn. If you're outslammed by 34, 35 kills, there is nothing to complain about.
No, whatsoever. 8 minutes on the dot, folks. We're rolling through this series quick. Boston, a swift defeat at the hands of the Ravens there to start the map off. I do think that might be Clay's best performance at 19-9 in a respawn. I'm not saying that in any disrespect. I remember talking to him about, you know, how the season's going so far, and as he put it, statistically, I'm not having a lot of fun, whether the wins are there or not. But as we saw in the highlights here, plenty of 3 downs. Very decisive teamwork from the Ravens. The comms are on point. They're playing together fantastically, Chance. And you said it best about TJ, and I think for the team, you've peaked at the right time. It's the last chance here to get in towards the major and to fight towards champs, and the Ravens are starting to get it going.
Yeah, and it's one thing to talk about their peak, and another thing, again, they're going to have to get it done and continue to prove this, because, I mean, how many teams are right now in the race? Like Seattle and Miami have put themselves in great spots at 170 points, but that means these Vegas, Carolina, LAG, and Minnesota rocker all within like 15 points of each other. It is going to be tooth and nail come major time, so got to make sure you execute, but course, this is all a ways away. Still, though, got to get rid of this series too. Carolina, again, on form. Got to make sure that their S&D stays on point as well. But one of the shorter game flows we are going to see all year long. Boston, what an opening break they had when Gwyn team killed Clayster on accident. Outside of that, Carolina were perfect.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. A smooth ascent to the 250 points we saw the Ravens fly. Great stuff there to start things off. Rio coming up next. Karachi to follow that one. If we have to go the distance, we'll see if 6-star and that Karachi to close out the series even play a difference. 250 to 98 chance what happened there. Boston sort of come out a little flat. Obviously, the match against Optic yesterday was historic, magical, possibly pre-written, scripted, whatever you want to call it. I know the fans are upset. It was a historic performance. They've come out flat today. What's going on?
Well, a lot of their hard points, they have been struggling, right? It was surprising that they were able to win the Rio yesterday and make the comeback that they did, because generally speaking, they've just been getting slammed in the game mode. So that is effectively how the Karachi should have gone in theory. The S&D, though, on Rio might be a very different story. I know it has been one of Carolina's best maps. They were running the map for a long time and still very strong on it. But Boston did get a dominant win on it yesterday, and I know they've been building up their comfortability on that map as well. And they're showing off some good S&D gameplay as well, specifically on this map. So I think this will be Boston's best chance to get back in the series.
We'll see if they can. There's a lot of teams riding on the back of this one, hoping for a colossal failure on the part of the Ravens. No one outside of the bubble wants to see the Ravens find any success here. So we'll see how that goes. Boston, the hopes of many teams are riding on you here now. You have the chance to spoil it for at least the boys in blue on the top side of the screen. For them, though, a chance to make it to champs. Clayster, one of the most storied players in Call of Duty history. For him not to make champs, it would be a tough one. He was there technically last year. He was just on the desk. You know what I mean? Chance was different. The same, but definitely different.
Yeah, and well, TJ, not on the desk, but the same situation for the old Vegas squad. They were in the same situation that Carolina is now, where last year they had to overperform at the major. And I think the situation was they had to get like a top 3. They ended up getting like 4th. Like, they got so close to qualifying, but they just dug themselves in too big of a hole, which again, in this situation, if you don't get this win against Boston, that would be putting yourself in a hole, because right now 150 is sort of that benchmark spot, just the cutoff line for the 8th seed. And if you're having to be in a situation in the major where you have to outplace your opponents, I mean, Vegas are looking strong, Thieves are looking strong, and if Optic, again, are towards the bottom of the league, like, that just opens up a spot for everyone to jump up a little bit higher and place a little bit better. So the point game could be out of control. Carolina, it is a necessity to get this win.
Yeah, real, absolute lives on the line here. To start the season off, I mean, it wasn't fantastic for the Ravens, but this is a strong finish for them if they can get it there. Opposite to be said for Boston. Things started off shaky, a little bit iffy, have ended terribly. Aside from yesterday's performance, we'll see how it goes. But with rain comes rainbows. Shout out to, I think, Easy Mac on that one. Can they get their first back-to-back series win this season? Unbelievably difficult thing to do when you think about, you know, the way form has been. But anything can happen here, folks. Ravens versus Boston, map 2. Here we go in a Rio.
And again, strong map for Carolina, but there's been a bit of a fall off. Like, they're always still going to be competitive, but they were originally dominant on this map, and the record not kind for Boston. But an opportunity to make some plays, and I know a lot of triple flanks were coming through for Boston yesterday to play for the B site retake, and maybe that's the idea Carolina are rocking with. Yeah, Gwyn and TJ just showing off their, I don't know, fancy footwork, but no one's biting on the flank. Boston staying patient.
There's something to chew on. Gwyn throws the frag downrange. To no one, though, but the explosion does draw some attention. So you managed to pull some aggro, but this is the aggro you're looking for. It's your boy Tej. And he's going to find not a whole lot here. Clay might be able to get in there in time. Oh, the snap and the teamwork. Is it perfect? It is nearly. Tej can't save Clayster in time. So it's a 3v2, Boston down a man. And now Bean's in trouble. Major Maniac trying to reinforce. And the round is nearly over. Can Ross get it done in a single breath? All down to Beans. 30 seconds on the clock. 2v1.
And you're going to run out of breath as well. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit more time because Carolina just able to stabilize. And now Bean's going to have to gun 2 players, MCW close range. And I don't know if I can trust it, but 15 bullets in the clip. Not going to be enough. TJ closing that door in a fantastic round out of Carolina. The second TJ got stunned by Major Maniac, sorted down like the A Street. Instant call by Carolina. Hey, Boston are going to take this bait. Think the intel over-rotate. That is exactly what happened. They get the bomb down, take the map space. Perfectly played out of the Ravens.
Yeah, lovely work. And it's the sort of teamwork and the coverage they've got over each other in this moment. Everyone's very, very happy to take place on the map, knowing that you've got someone looking out for you. One round up now for the Ravens, 2 there for Tej. Snoopy's banging doors, making noise, and the Ravens are coming for this kill. Priester, he's in trouble, desperately calling for help. Snoopy answers. What an opener here. Both teams going absolutely head-to-head.
Yeah, you are just running it down as well. Snoopy got good timing, though, to actually spot out TJ. But yeah, Carolina, like a ghost in the night, just get out of dodge and sort of hit the reset button. And now Snoopy, yep, Shaolin, 3 players at the same time. Major, how icy can you be? It does not matter. Carolina, like a flock, flying at you. No holds bar, all gunny, and I mean, that's the way you play Rio against one of the lower seeded teams in the game.
Or you just send it like a flock of seagulls onto an open packet of thick cut chips. Fries for the Americans.
Thank you.
Devoured the Breach Boys there. Oh, the Breach Boys is kind of cool. I'm picking up bad vibes. 4 in a row for Fellow. Chance 3 for Tej.
I don't know nearly enough about the Beach Boys to make any more references, unfortunately. But another split. It's the exact same setup again. Boston been playing the idea with flanking through the A site. And this is exactly what Gwyn and TJ are going for. How ready are Boston going to be? Not nearly enough. That is the 4th time I've seen Carolina do that. And Boston, maybe not watching VOD, completely unprepared.
Major Maniac, last man up in the 1v4. Tej. Oh, can't read it. 1v3 now. Once again, they're moving together.
I mean, we're just waiting for it at the end. Clayster on the flank as well, gonna be able to catch him. Freebie kill, shoot in the back, and Clayster didn't actually get it. Kill got robbed from him at the last second. Couldn't quite see who took it, but I think someone might have been on an old 5 spree there. And yeah, Felony with the final bullet, I think, or maybe the final 2. Now he gets to think about a cruise.
Thinking about it. And there's a lot of fun and games taking place here at the Ravens camp. They're really enjoying this matchup, and again, playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. It's trust in their own game, it's trust in each other. That is certainly what's getting them through this. It's a sort of a well-deserved arrogance. The gameplay absolutely backing it up. 6-1 for TJ, 5-0 for Fellow.
No action over towards B as well, but now it's the same setup. You got like Snoopy breaking open doors by the looks of it, waiting for Carolina to fire you. I guess when you have a round like that where you just swarm your opponent, Boston just going to spread the map, play for picks, and maybe pray for a mistake from Carolina. But even with this setup, when Carolina flew into it, I mean, they still broke it down. And now Carolina just get time to sort of pick it apart. They can feel out the pressure coming towards B. TJ going to wrap back potentially. As this bomb gets planted, we're going to test their retakes, and the retake, that name is Cruz.
Now, here it comes. Gwyn sent in for the kill, finds at least 1. And they're posted up. It's going to be a nice angle, but it's not going to land. Not too much movement. Oh no, wait, it's Gwyn with another. He's on for something special here. Major Maniac brought down by TJ. The fights have been isolated. The bomb will be defused, and Fellow gets the last one. The round done. Once again, the Ravens come to play. It's going to be 4-0.
And Felony will get a cruise missile as well. So a perfect utilization there out of TJ. At least you force them all over towards bridge. You know, they're trapped in the small slivers and sections of indoors that are available on this map. Well, Felony can do the exact same thing. So Carolina, plenty of options, and I'm still just a little dumbfounded that I watched Boston tear it up on this map yesterday and get a 6-1 win. Because right now they're just getting played.
I mean, yeah, they are getting played. They're being read in every situation, and the Ravens, whatever advantage they get, they press it immediately. They do not relinquish any sort of initiative. Boston are playing very reactionary, and there's not a whole lot they can do. They're taking one-on-one fights, and if you win it, great. If you lose it, you're in serious trouble, and that's where the Ravens press you. Once again, 2-2. Here on the split, it's the Ravens. Priest and Major Maniac playing together, but still isolated. If Major Maniac gets taken care of here... Whoa, there we go. Boston, first and second blood. We might be seeing them around here.
Yeah, Clayster bit off more than he could chew, and now Snoopy's on the hunt. Gwyn has to run for the hills.
Uh-oh.
Felony, you expect to get traded out, and yeah, Priest from the top rope. Maybe just gonna help win his team this round. Gwyn, last man standing, and Snoopy knows that he pinned him back in spawn.
You pins him back in spawn. You give Gwyn a fighting chance in a 1v3 if he can absolutely mutilate a couple of players, but it's not going to be easy. Snoopy could get spotted out there. I do believe he's on the inside of the corridor.
Other side.
Oh, he's on the other side. Good. Thank God you can see. These glasses are fake. Gwyn, though.
I'm a young man, Miles. Young man.
Ain't got nothing in the world these days. Less than 30.
Who are you singing about?
All right, 20 seconds. You got me thinking about the Who now. And whereabouts is Gwyn going to get caught? And it's mid-map. Boston on the board.
Yeah, unfortunate for Gwyn, not exactly at his peak best there in that round, but nothing that he was left with in a 1 versus 3. Boston doing a great job again getting the kills. We've seen Boston when they get the advantages in these rounds do the right things. Get grouped up together, pump the brakes, don't make mistakes, and at least wait until you have intel at some section of the map before you make too aggressive of a play. But Priesta, beautiful job towards the middle of the map. Clay gets over aggressive by the steps. He picks up that kill and hunts someone down afterward. So Boston get a little bit of a bounce back. Bad news, still have to deal with the cruise missile felony, which obviously the round before was perfectly used for a B retake, but now Carolina are just stacking it.
The boys are doing it again. They're actually sending it, but this time Priesta, he's on the aggression. Priesta, push it. Finds one. Immediate trade out, but that's enough to send the boys in. Oh no, Snoopy gets eaten alive. TJ feasts on Snoopy and Beans. Major Maniac now, an opportunity to go wild. Can he find the 1v3? It's all down to TJ and Clay.
He's playing a little scared too. TJ has an SMG, so you got to be worried about the instant chow, but now you've just given Carolina time to reset. 50 seconds, though, is plenty of time, but Major Maniac hoping they make a mistake, and I think Carolina might be keeping this set up for the foreseeable future, but as you say that, TJ maybe making some moves.
Here comes the next set of moves. Bomb planted. Major Maniac takes on the two of them. Clay's going to hold that bridge. Oh, the timing's awkward. Nobody's seeing nothing. Here comes Tej. Ready for the fight and willing. And a very sort of soft smile across Fellow and Gwyn there as they know the round was theirs. Map point, Carolina Royal Ravens.
And just unfortunate for Major Maniac. I think maybe Clayster was able to catch like a cheek maybe poking out from Major, so they knew he was in the spot. Maybe too big of a Keith Moon moment. Either way, taking advantage of the intel, perfectly timed on the trades there for Clayster and TJ, or at least the double jow, coming through. But another perfectly played round. Stacks on point. Prieste had a freebie kill on the flank, but credit to Gwyn. Just insane reaction time and shots to make sure you get the instant trade. And I mean, these guys right now, all smiles here against Boston.
Yeah, it's looking great. For the Ravens right now, it just feels like nothing can go wrong. Everything has worked out for them. 10-2 for Tej. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean game of COD. Dun, 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 dun. People think I'm just being rude, but it's actually a song.
You can't confirm that. Not in my repertoire. I think you might be making things up out there.
Pinball Wizard, how dare you? How very dare you, say Boston, as the bomb is now planted on A.
Yeah, Priest going for a flank again, so he has shown a little bit of success for the team, and you're setting up a 2-2 sort of retake on the site in Carolina. Let me tell you, turtle up and felony, he's going to tell you everything. Motor mouth in the comms. Woo! Finds you at least one and tells you about everybody else.
He went Mach 3 to the ground. Beans down, Snoopy, last man left alive. Gunned, hopeless. As the Carolina Royal Ravens rip the heart from Boston Breach there on Rio. 2-0 in the series and an incredibly strong showing.
Yeah, this is exactly how you play against the Boston Breach, just with nothing but confidence behind you. I mean, perfect play calls on the cruise missile, and I think Felony might be the perfect guy to actually be the one delivering the comms. Every single player, he gets it out in 2 seconds flat. Everybody able to get the kills off the back of it. So super well played by Felony, and another spectacular game by TJ as well. He is 2 for 2 on the maps that we have had of getting cruise missiles and being the MVP in the game. Double-digit kills, but obviously a team effort. It was what, like 6 first bloods, or 5, excuse me, for the 7 rounds that we had. Carolina just about could do no wrong.
Perfect stuff. A quality quartet from the Carolina Royal Ravens. The 6-1 final score in Rio. 250.98, 6-1. If you're a betting man, it looks like a 3-0 in Karachi control, though. We'll find out if that is the case. This was a nail-biter yesterday against Optic for Boston Breach. It was a round 5 loss for them. Can they turn it around here? We know they can do it. We know they're capable. But the Ravens just feel like a little bit too much right now. We'll find out how the rest of the series goes after this quick break. But for now, an absolute blinder. Chance tonight, our final match of the online season. And what a treat it has been so far. The Ravens put on a great show. We'll see how things go after this break as we play one more game of Control here. Will Boston turn it around? Will the Ravens have their way and march into the major happily? We'll find out.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Scuff Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win a chance to go to COD Champs this year. The giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets, travel expenses, and more. To enter, scan the QR code on the page or go to scuff.co/CDL and enter your email. Terms and conditions apply. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Jeb, and welcome back. Let's get it. It's time for map number 3 here in this very, very spicy series. As far as you're concerned, Chance, I mean, we were talking about it somewhat in the break. Obviously, Boston looked great yesterday, or, I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. We're going to find out if they can bounce back here and keep this run alive and kicking. Boston Breach. Desperation times now as Karachi control is on as Carolina Royal Ravens marching happily, gleefully towards the 3-0. Very happily into that major. We'll find out. The attacking rounds chance here on a Monster Energy pregame for Boston Breach. Not ideal. 1-12.
It's not good when like you're the worst at everything in any given category. Like you want to see like maybe a 10th slip through for like something, but no, Boston have been experiencing a good deal of misery in this game mode, but maybe an opportunity to turn things around. They looked good yesterday on this map, so they are capable, but they're gonna have to play at their absolute best, and that is a good start. TJ picking up 2 in the feed, but 2 players for Boston do get out towards B. Problem is gonna have a lot of Ravens to deal with.
I want to give the chat a lot of love. I can see all of you skirting. We appreciate you. We always do. You absolute maniacs. Some of you, though, questionable human beings. Into the zone we go. Major Maniac, I'm not lying, grabbing time. Gets himself a kill on the way in as well. Stops that clock at 109. Single stay out the way, and Beans is shooting, baby. He's got 4 kills. He's 2 away from tying his performance in map 1.
I was gonna say, I was surprised he did as poorly on Karachi originally, because this man is the dealer of death, especially in control. The man lives for it. 2 players over the back wall. Where are you gonna go? Straight into Beans' arms. You know he's getting the kills.
Absolutely disgusted turnaround from Beans. Just like that, he is alive and tooting. The more he eats, the more he's shooting. Over towards the A zone, though, Carolina go on defense here. You are able to secure only 2 segments, Boston. Good job. You get 1 at B as well. Priest is here, doing what he can, or leaves the door wide open. His silhouette against that brick wall, an easy kill. Gwyn somehow picks up 2. Snoopy caught sneaping.
Yeah, nice plays right there as well. Unfortunate for Priest, you're staring at the dumpster. The one thing you're worried about is the flank, and not enough coverage there from Snoopy to really keep him protected. So Carolina doing a nice job to stabilize, but that might have to continue, but they win the important gunfights. Gwyn and TJ keeping everything under lock and key, and I mean, frankly, maybe an opportunity to try to jump over Priest. He wins a big one from down low and good nades just to make sure you stop the push, but it was Priesta versus the world. He did not get nearly enough help to capture this zone.
He fell. Nearly cooking. Major Maniac alive there. 5, nearly 6. Beautiful shots from Gwyn. A lovely change of pace. 30 seconds to go. Boston have done a lovely bit of work towards A. Can they close it out here? Tej knows he has to be patient, but he can't be too patient. The zone's nearly done.
Dodge the nade, but yeah, straight into death. Major Maniac from top third, able to cover his boy. So finally, the coordination comes together, and now for 11 lives on either side in a minute 20 to play with. Boston are going to have to stop the clock for at least a little bit over towards B, but they can win this 1 of 2 ways, and right now, TDM looking very likely.
Tej. Snoopy finally gets one back. He's had a bit of a tough run so far. Fast cap. 3 of them. Get in there, boys. The Ravens falling apart here. Blaze trying to play it sensibly. Gets at least 1 out of it. Slides in. Snoopy again. Major Maniac with 2. Priest are on the back line. Safe and sound. Boston take the first round.
Yeah, well, I'll be too, because they actually made pretty light work of that towards the end. It was 11-11 on the life count after they captured the A zone. It's not like they had a ton of map pressure, but then they just win every single important gunfight. So Carolina was out planning for maybe 80% of that round, but they fell apart when it was most important, and Boston happy for it.
Ooh, them smiles. I love calling this out. It's quite, you know, evil, I suppose, in the long run. But the Ravens, them smiles and them little laughs are all gone. Strictly business now. You go down a round. It can be a knock to the confidence, nothing too crazy. But speaking of confidence, it's Beans. It's 10-8 after what's been a very tough series for him. He gets brought down to the first spot there by Clayster, and here comes that Cruz with Major himself.
It's going to be a weird time to use it, though, because Snoopy already falls, and, I mean, how many players are inside? Well, only TJ, so you get a guy out of the hill, and Clayster dies by the hands of Beans, so Beans continues his path to destruction with 10 kills, and Priesta just a nuisance. The thorn in their side just going to slow him down, because right now, I mean, 30 seconds has been shaved off the clock, and Carolina don't even have a single tick.
Minute to go. Finish the tick finally at A, so that's 1 segment done. Lovely aggression there from the boys of Boston, but Snoopy unable to really help out in the fight, so Priester goes down, and now a one-man mission in enemy lines. Clayster has been around the block far too many times. He's going to read that and take care of business. Second segment done at A as well.
Yeah, maybe an example of sort of the lack of coordination Boston can have at times. Priest thought he had Snoopy next to him to go for the chow on Clayster. Snoopy pumps the brakes until Clayster heals up, and then he sprints into death. So not ideal coordination, and Clayster continues to enjoy gunfights against Snoopy, taking him down top red, 2 minutes to work with. And I mean, they got 3 players here. It's only the crosses that Boston are going to be shooting from.
Well, they've got somebody to shoot at the very least. I've seen a lot of players at the back line. Oh, here comes the flank. Priester gets one out of it. Gwyn still capping the point. Damn, son, Snoopy. Massive win. Boston stay alive.
And Felony just trying to keep the pressure away from the junkyard so they get the close side spawn. So as long as Boston don't get presence in this area, plenty of time for Carolina to play with, but aggressive setup right now for Boston. Finally in position to get some trades.
Right for it. You can slow down in a big way. Gwyn's got to hit the regen. And there's no way you make it through this hotel side without taking a hit or two or losing a player. And Snoopy's going to help out. Teach. Nice work, Boston. Again, another fantastic hold. Gwyn fighting for his life at this point in time. His teammates are there to back him up, so now he knows where these guys are. He can actually get involved here. Clay brought down. And Gwyn sends it, and there you go, an opening for the Ravens.
But again, it's still like sort of that multi-step process. They're just making sure they keep the close spawns, but so much pressure up towards red, and there's the coordination from Snoopy and Priesta that you're looking for. Win the first gunfight, and Carolina just not really able to breathe with any opening. Felony playing with the timing. Gets up top with the pistol, and that's 2 big kills, and finally you might be able to open the floodgates. Priesta trying to slow things down. So it was Major Maniac, but gotta worry about Felony. He is in your spawn.
Major Maniac knows it, and now he's having to play the guessing game. Here come the rest of the Ravens. Makes the B zone a very dangerous place. 30 seconds to go. On board with Fellow. No, he's not lagged out. He's just waiting for it. Gwyn and Fellow take care of business. Major Maniac catches a Clayster. Whoa, a 2-piece there from the Major. That is outstanding work. That might be the round. 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, what a big moment for Major, too, because you saw Felony just putting on the pressure, making things a little bit uncomfortable, but thriving under the pressure, and a strong right now control for Major as well. His respawn's definitely kicked up a bit, and with 7 seconds to go, Clayster might have to flood out and touch the point, and he's going to be able to stop it, but just barely. He's by himself. 2 kills in the feed, can't stay alive, and now Gwyn doesn't make it in time. His little legs a little bit too slow.
He's very, very strong over smaller distances. Explosive power with those little legs. It's the long-range runs. That's where he falls a little short. Tough one for Gwyn there, but wonderful looks there from Boston. 2-0 here in the control.
Yeah, never forget about your cardio, right? Everybody likes the weightlifting. It feels like it's better, but heart health goes such a long way over time.
It really does. Well, time will be the problem now you face for the Ravens. You have got to turn this around. You had such confidence and such just explosive energy in the first 2 maps. You put Boston to the sword. Now in this 2-2 split for Boston Breach, can they attack and close out a 3-0 here on the Game of Control?
It's going to be a little bit tougher to get the back-to-back attacking rounds, but decent enough opening break. I mean, they're keeping track of TJ as well. So yeah, Beans picking up the flanks. So no funny business rolling through, and now Major prime position to play for some spawners, but horrible timing. It's the ladder that you have to watch, and well, unfortunately, Carolina just climbed straight up and now pick up so many of the kills. You get Snoopy off the point. I mean, they were trying to solo capture Ray, and Boston so often it feels like they just leave that objective guy out to dry.
Beans back at it. Lovely shots at range there. He's looking for his 5th in a row here. Streaks would be incredibly handy. And Snoopy getting to play a little slower here. Gwyn, though, the trap was set. Lovely work. Ravens, again, an opportunity here to continue to the defensive hold. One segment done, less than a minute to play.
And Priest will now be the lone man trying to capture the A zone. Clayster knows he's going to be in the front somewhere. The angle difficult, but Clayster finds it as Beans trying to find that cruise missile. Desperate for number 6 to roll through.
Oh, Clay catches him. 21-15. Beans is very much alive and kicking here on Karachi.
I think that's the second time Clayster has gotten shot through the wall while trying to slide across like that. Priest able to get the first one, but deja vu all over again, and the ladder continues to pay off for Carolina, winning some important gunfights to avoid getting spawn trapped.
Oh, Priest that on the fadeaway takes care of Clay. 135 to go. Over towards B. Last zone here in play. And Snoopy. Whoa! Felony! absolutely eviscerated, but it's 3 down. Major Medic, last man left alive, but in a good spot.
I'll tell you, that's his Snoopy special, by the way. Sometimes, like, I think he can make the occasional questionable play, and then he wins gunfights like that. And I'm like, well, yeah, he is just gross.
Yeah, that's why he got picked up. His absolute lethal skill. A young player, a lot of promise. He's definitely got a long career ahead of him. A couple of moments to tune up on here, but with shots like that, he'll do just fine. Over to Tej, whose shots have been fine in this series as well.
Yeah, and Gwyn's position has also been fine. He's been using the exact same corner. Continues to catch him off guard, and there's some teamwork as well. Major Maniac just being the bait for Priesta, gives you 2. Opens up that front door, and Priesta trying to be cracked out on the cross against TJ, though. TJ there to win that first gunfight and ends up sliding into death. Snoopy, Major Maniac, and Beans keeping the pressure on.
This is lovely work. Beans is still here up top, and the boys have held the front side of Hotel for so long. That position has not gone into the hands of the Ravens in a long time, and now the zone. Trouble brewing for the boys of Carolina. You've got one good break at this, lads. There's a few members now on it. Fellow cut down into the point. Oh, Clay traded out immediately. Snoopy staying alive.
Still, though, guy behind you is going to be Gwyn, and you are looking every single direction, including the right one to dance, though, around. Maybe players spinning heads just enough for Carolina to stay alive. 20 seconds to go. Boston getting the worst spawn imaginable as well.
Here comes Beans. Doesn't get anyone out of it. They're indoors. He was hoping for a player to be exposing themselves through the window. Not going to happen. Over to Major Maniac trying to make his way forward. 6.7 the contest. Oh, it might not last for too long. Snoopy's in. Snoopy's in. Can he be brought down? Oh, the dance all over.
Oh my God.
And wipe them out. I don't believe it. This could be the map.
Yeah, that's going to be a hot 3-0. Look at those spawns. Beans caught in the cruise missile from the opposite corner of the map, and his team bought him enough time to get back in the mix. Look at that little bit of domination on Karachi Control. 2 in a row. They're on the win spree for Boston Breach.
Well, if you were a betting person, you're in trouble now. The series moves onwards. And stone faces of the Ravens after getting absolutely they're on control. 3-0 doesn't happen often, but we might have a series on our hands now, brother.
And that's like electric work as well. I mean, they were doing a really good job of just keeping up the pressure, right? Players in position to at least force Carolina to just be uncomfortable. Never able to get that space, never able to push over towards, red, let alone the junkyard to force the back spawn. And I thought for Boston, when they got that spawn, I don't know why that happens and why the switch up ever gets made, but that is worst case scenario when you're on an attacking round of Karachi. And for Boston, they just deliver. Shout out to Beans, 5,200 damage, 26 kills, and a cruise missile that only forced him indoors, but that was all that you needed.
That was outrageous. The last few moments of that game, that was something. Well, the Ravens, not good at control. Or Boston just diffy. We'll find out in the Major, of course. But speaking of the Major, some sensational plays from him. Beans as well, statistical masterclass. As he ran the show from start to finish. But this was a decisive 3-0. Just over 10 minutes it took for Boston Breach to beat the Ravens into pulp.
And it was just, they really had to work for it too. Nice catches all over the place. Yeah, again, the map one that Beans had, completely uncharacteristic. Like, he has truly been a shooter. Every single map, he has been a lethal presence and definitely showed off the good stuff here. But these are the moments you can actually see some of these players on Boston spawning up in Chicken Coop. I do not know why the spawn never got, like, unlocked for them over towards the junkyard, but even when the game was not on their side, I suppose fate was written for the 3-0 dub there on Karachi. And now officially for Carolina fans, you do have to be a little bit concerned. I know typically in game 5s you're confident against Boston, but maybe not now that they've gotten that large dopamine injection for beating Optic yesterday. You definitely want to make sure you put them down in the hard point where you should still have a distinct edge.
Yeah, that's the scary part. I mean, we saw the performance against Optic yesterday. Obviously, they did what they could to win the hard points. But I don't know, man. Ravens right now, 68 was a bad scoreline. 6-star has not been terribly kind to Boston whatsoever. I don't know. We'll find out how things goes. But with Beans back in form, I mean, this has been a wonderful warm-up. You know, that last map was sensational from him. We could be seeing a bit more signs of life here from Boston. It's been tough to be a Boston fan. I'm seeing tweets from the org themselves and fans, all sorts of places. how difficult and how fantastic yesterday was to come into today and have such a tough 2 first maps. But this series could absolutely go the distance. That man on the lower right-hand side of the screen, Beans, an absolute warrior in that last one. Can he keep it going?
And the 6-star output excuse me, going to be incredibly important as well, because obviously with the new changes rolling through, only 4 hills on the map, and you are active on this map as well. Gunfights are going to be constant. Need to make sure you're on point, and while Beans is going to be shooting on one side, definitely looking for the bounce back from Fellow on the other. Of course, map 1 versus map 4. Incredibly slow start there for Boston in the map 1s, and that's where Carolina thrive. However, Carolina slowed down as the series goes on. And I know part of this can be a team A, team B sort of situation of do you get your map pick and where do you get it in the series, but not for 1 and 5, not for a record like that. Carolina, very important. They do not let the same sort of tail slip, because game 5s have been their biggest issue.
Well, don't forget, folks, again, the drama continues today. Not only do Carolina need to win this series to get a chance to the winner's bracket, but the New York Subliners have got to put the LA Thieves in a body bag for that to happen as well. So lots on the line here for the Ravens. They're going to play their part, and then they leave the rest up to fate. We'll find out what fate has in store for them in the final series of today. The final series of the online MW3 qualifiers. My gosh, it's grown up so fast. We say goodbye to the pool hill, all sorts of fun stuff. Crazy. I mean, the 4 hard points of the map chance. It breezes by, doesn't it?
Yeah, you really do feel this is kind of like an endurance map in my mind. Not nearly as extreme as some that we've had in the past, but you're definitely going to have to be ready constantly on this map for every gunfight. As Boston playing things distant, and Gwyn, my word, do they love the team kills at the start of hard points.
He does love it. I mean, that's 2 in a row. That's not easy to do. The nice thing is when he gets it, if you watch his player cam, he doesn't react. He just keeps going. It's not even like maybe he's hitting a my bad G or something, but who knows. Over to Fellow, into the point. Trades are there. Again, this bar hard point is a very, very spicy one indeed. Lots of angles to cover. Clayster goes in. Clayster might be able to get a kill. Or he won't. Beans back at it.
Might or might not, and now you're worried about getting cut off as well. Gwyn gives you 1. Actually, never mind. Felony gives you 2 from the background, and now it's the last man standing. It was Priesta. Could have made a dent. Instead, you get the clearance, but of course, all 4 players for Boston spawn up at the new time, and their holds on this map. Boston has been their biggest theme of success. Need one right now.
Wins, big wins over there by P1. Straight to P2 we go, and Beans on it. Another 2-piece from him, 5 and 1 to start the hard point off. That's what you want. Oh, another one. Wow. And Clay manages to play it a little slow, a little safe, gets his, and lovely angle there on a Major Maniac on the edge of the pool. The Fellow there to pick up his. Nice work. Ravens are in.
Yeah, and they just completely ran over him. Shades of the Rio, where Carolina effectively just sprinting at you, and Boston holds on this map have been good. Not right there. Just instantaneous on the break, and you're going to have to flood through this front door and just pray that you win the gunfight, or you're not going to be able to. Gwyn, it's perfectly timed flank, picks up 2, shuts the push down, and maybe the only good news for Boston in this situation, they spawn up at the new time, or at least most of them do.
Well, Gwyn might be a man of faith, but absolutely a man of action with those kind of kills. 5 and 4. Clay once again finding the better of Major Maniac in the AR fights, be it long range or up close. Now 2v2 on the new hard point. Clay gets in. Whoa! Fellow finds it as well. So now aggression from the Ravens. Can they press forward? And can Tej on the flank go grande? The answer is close enough. You'll take it. 4 down.
And that, I mean, Boston, they're just taking bad chows to die before the hill pops, and then players spawning in the back and just opening up the floodgates through the front. Boston, again, not a good hardpoint team. They have very much been struggling, and Carolina right now just capitalizing. If not for the bad opening breaks where they team-nade, Carolina effectively had not made a stake in either hardpoint so far.
Fantastic. 20 seconds to go here on P3. Over to the statue. Our last hardpoint in the set. Gwyn, he is playing like a absolute rabid animal. As soon as he gets given the call that somebody's weak, he's on top of it. Rotation done. Felony's in position. Ooh, the battle over by security done. Major Maniac walks away with that. So a little bit of a discourse here chance in the lines of the Royal Ravens. See if they can hold it all together.
Oh, yeah, Priestley trying to flank. You had every single Carolina player ready for that in that moment. So that's going to be the start of the break. Completely shut down there for Boston. In the next section, might get broken down as well. Good extra damage done by Clay. It's going to slow Beans down inside of you, and Felony Ready for the pressure in the front, but TJ not. Gets caught reloading, and Beans on the heel. Able to get the kill on the cross. Boston finally with the break. Able to breach through and get some time.
3 clean in the feed. Boston breach. Hard point in their hands. Trying to mount the comeback, and they've done it before. Over to Clay, trying to find something through the middle. Fellow there to back him up. Snoopy up close. Perfect spot for him to be in. Sends it. Gets his kill. Clay now down by that long elbow. Able to get one out of it, but that is going to be all you get. First hard point is a bit of a break. Set as we go around. As the break comes through, Ravens still with a solid lead going back to bar.
And I love the little play towards the old time as well. Clayster getting active to drag attention one direction. Gwyn goes for the flank and picks up 2. So again, awareness on point for the Ravens, and on the rotation, the awareness continues to be on point. TJ wins a key gunfight towards you, and now Major Maniac going to be spinning in circles, just gets caught as the contest time begins to roll through. But Boston trying to hold this off with a man down. Gotta win the extra gunfights for the moment. It is trades back and forth, but looks like Carolina, at least briefly, gonna be coming out on top.
Playfellow with the Renettis. They managed to win theirs respectively, but you don't manage to get the player off of time. The benefits of the bar hard point. Now the Ravens reinforce, looking to plow Boston on the way towards P2's. Clay hitting a big old wrap, and Snoopy with a lovely 2 to break it with 20 to go.
Yeah, bad news, you lose the time. Good news, you get the spawn. So maybe Carolina using that investment to attempt to play the long game. But this is still fantastic scrap time for Boston to be getting. I mean, final 20 seconds, and maybe you get some of these entry kills as the hill pops. But I think Beans going to be back down just enough. And you see the kill feed. Beans is going to have absolutely no help. And easy cleanups there for Carolina. Looking to hold this at a 6-point lead as the hill pops.
Yeah, it's maintaining the lead as well that Ravens have done such a lovely job of here. Breach not necessarily out of the fight, but they don't seem to have the legs to catch up. P2 should be a good one. Can they hold on to it? It's Gwyn. He's the one causing problems right now. From the pool side, again, Priest a little too ambitious. Snoopy mostly sends it. Gwyn with another. That's going to be a 5 spree, 1 off the cruise.
And these guys just not able to buy each other any time. They do such a good job to actually win the gunfights to make the break, and then they throw their lives away and get broken right back. Maybe good news off spawn. Just going to run it down straight back into the point, but it is only Snoopy by himself on the hill, and Glacier's already got him tagged up. A nade there to help with the damage, but again, scrap time can go such a long way, and you make no mistake, the final 15 seconds, not too bad for Carolina to get. But Snoopy's just piecing them up along the way. This is Snoopy at his finest.
This is lovely work. Snoopy putting on a show for the Boston fans. One more. Get some cruise. No, Clay reads it. Takes care of business. That's going to be the kiddie pool closed now. Clay puts up the tape. You're not coming in, son. But Gwyn, he's going to send that cruise right on in towards the Snoop hard point. Major Maniac. Gone. Beans doing what he can to keep the hard point safe. Snoopy backs him up there as well. So, cruise used. No good.
Well, you at least get the back spawns, and you got number 4, Gwyn, cutting off 2 spawners. So Boston gonna have to hold down this hill in a 2 versus 4, and not an easy thing to do. Carolina, the initial trades on point. You're looking for the final man, though, and it's Snoopy again. Spinning heads, doing just enough. They do shut the push down, and I mean, after Carolina, you might get spawn trapped. Boston might have a route back in this game.
Oh, this is not bad whatsoever. We are doing it. Snoopy dragging the boys through. Spinning heads, splitting wigs, and trying to get the rotation to new as well. The problem, TJ's there, as is Fellow. They've got that lockdown for now. An interesting moment here, though. Chance again, the pinch is on. Both angles covered. Beans, beautiful shots onto the second. Hard points up. Only 2 members of the Ravens in position. The Boston Breach boys fighting desperately to get back into this. Let's go for a listen in.
Nice, I got one shot. Sit down. No, I can. There's stuff there. That's the last guy. I'm coming to you guys.
I'm lobby.
You're gonna be offloading. I'm trying to take Charles, man. I'm trying to. Lobby on me. Push me. Water. Lobby. 2 lobby. Have you. Yeah, 2 minutes. They come to me. You weak. I'm getting down. I'll get our side. Let's see. Face me. I have you. No, you're not secret. Oh, you. Are you? Stay set. No, he's old. Heard you. Last guy's you. I'll get you. Zombie. Walk him in the long round. I'm out the mid stairs. I think you. Zombie stay. I'm on shot. You done? Four. Nice. Get on water spawn. Get in the setup. Get water.
I'm gonna get you.
I'll get water. Come on, you.
I've got you now. Got it now.
Holding lobby, I think, guys. Yeah, we're going lobby. I got help right. One more lobby.
There's two right, I think. Two right. Go in the front. Last two right. They're gonna be
I got a shoot. Left side mid, go in. Left side water. I saw one lobby.
Come on, guys.
One more lobby. We have over you.
Play stage. I'm fighting.
Yeah, watch her on you. I have over you. We're together right.
They can be front.
I'm about to name hold you front, okay? I'll see you. Lay down. They're gonna me front. I gave you up hold. My best.
Watch out.
The Ravens simply cannot handle Boston Breach chance. They've managed to walk away with the lead, and they're 50 from the win.
And this is why it's dangerous to get ahead of yourselves. The first two maps were a thing of beauty from Carolina, but here they are. If you go into a game 5 against Boston, you're going to be shook, you're going to be terrified, and right now, they just do not have an answer.
Oh.
Well, you're bigging up Tej, but he's been getting handled. An important moment for Carolina to break this hill, but Snoopy on the flank continues to fry. As long as his teammates get the trades. I think Boston maybe had done just enough to be a nuisance. Still 25 seconds left. You want to get this time.
You definitely want the time, and that's a big lineup. Tej finds two.
Okay.
Snoopy on the break, or nearly a lineup of his own, but Clayster walking on sunshine. And whoa, Beans another one. Unbelievable. No win here, though, to be found. To the bar we go. Boston, can you do it?
Gwen getting an aggressive kill as well, so that's going to be Major Maniac. Welcome back to his spawn and a hike across the map. Snoopy, though, here's the cruise missile. Does he wait for his teammates to get into position? Absolutely not. We're calling it in immediately.
Send it. The boys are on the run now. Clayster stays alive, so under the smoke, though, that's what you're going to have on the hard point. A very difficult guessing game now begins. Nades up. Gwyn, Tej find their kills. Oh my god, TJ over the top. It's Snoopy, though, on the pinch, late to the fight, but not necessarily over yet, Chance. Another hit. Here we go.
Oh, no, this is just painful, though. Everybody's going to have to flood in one by one. This is bad news for Boston. But maybe an unfortunate angle. Gwyn gives you one and a stun to slow the next player down, but the 1v1 gunfights, it looks like Carolina coming out on top. Snoopy, last man standing, can't get it done. We were bigging up Tej that we mocked him for this game. Look at him now, 5 spree. Carolina are going to take the lead.
Oh, they've taken the lead. The rotation, though, finally won by Boston Breach over towards Statue. This is it. It's going to be a photo finish. Ravens need the break here. Streaks in the back pocket, and it's Clayster. He finds his way in. The contest. Major Maniac 1. Can't get any more. Clay can't find his. Tej 7. Tej. Oh! Snoopy wins it. Hard point Boston.
Yeah, here comes the cruise missile, though. TJ off spawn, instant investment. How quickly can your teammates get in position? Gwyn going to be full flanking. Priest is going to be ready for it, so how good are your comms? Should be able to get one. Snoopy's going to fall. 2 players underground, but you got Gwyn losing the flank battle. Now it's all guns forward.
I know where Beans is as well. He's been red. Here's the contest. The battle continuing here, a 2-second game. Priest on the top. Beans taken care of now, all eyes forward. Oh no, Snoopy on the sneaky flank. He's causing problems. Snoopy finds a few more. Clayster with 2. Clayster with 3. Hard point, Ravens.
And this is enough for the win. It's enough for the win. Beans doesn't know. He does get him off their time. He picks up 2. Opportunity, Boston. You got to flood in and contest just for 2. The cutoff bend, though, with Carolina. Get it done. 10 CDL points collected. Job ain't finished, but for online it is. Carolina ending on a strong note.
What a strong finish from the Ravens. And it is a head scratcher from Boston. Moments of brilliance. Another sensational comeback, but not quite enough to close out this one. And it was that man, Clayster, with an unbelievable 3 to secure it. All bases covered. If you got the guy in you as well, the final player there, that would have been an absolutely historic moment for Clay this late in the career. Beautiful work there from the Ravens. 3-1, the final score, an extra 10 points and 1/2 of their miracle move towards the winner's bracket complete. They just need the Thieves to lose now.
Yeah, and it's never fun when you're having to prey on other people's downfall or just like hoping things fall into place. But as far as controlling your own fate at the tail end, Carolina did everything they could do. And at least now we know come major time, it is going to be an absolute foot race for this final few spots to roll in for champs. So Carolina getting active and a solid game there from a few different players. Gwyn was carrying them at the start, but you see the damage output, and obviously Clayster popping off towards the end, making sure that he keeps his chances of getting back to champs alive.
Brilliant work. The game flow there. We will not be seeing him at 5, which I'm sure Boston would have absolutely loved. But Karachi will be put into the could have been pile now. Great stuff there. 250, 239, the final score of the final match of the online season for both of these teams. And the Ravens very, very happy with that result. The series started off absolutely wonderfully.